Hi my dear friends, how are you? I'm Vikas from Vikas Driving School. In this video, I'm going to tell you the 15 reasons to fail your driving test. I've been so many driving tests. I seen lots of students, they fail their driving test every time in the different mistake. So in this video, I'm going to tell you all the mistakes students they're doing in their driving test. If you're going to watch this video till the end, you're going to get the information about the mistake student they do in their driving test. So please guys, if you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel because I am going to add more value, more tips and tricks to pass your driving test. First mistake student they're doing in their driving test, they don't know about the driving test. They don't prepare well for their driving test. So they don't know about how the driving test is going to be, how many tasks in the driving test going to, what they're going to ask in the driving test, and what documents they need to take in their driving test. And the second mistake student they're doing, they don't know about the primary function of the car. So when the examiner they say to them, so pre-driving safety check, so they don't, when they say to them left indicator, right indicator, headlight, high beam, some of the students they get confused between headlight, high beam or hazard light. They're not able to find the primary function of the car. And the third mistake student they're doing, they fail to give way. When the examiner say to them turn left from the main road to side road, side road to main road, turn left or right, sometimes they do rush and they fail their driving test. So make sure if you're turning left and right, you must need to give way. If safe to do, you can go, otherwise keep waiting. And the fourth mistake student they're doing, they're not doing head check. So when they go in their driving test, like especially head check, you need to do it like when you're doing 3-point turn, reverse parallel parking, pull lever, line changing, when you're crossing the cycle line. So you must need to do shoulder check. And the student they fail their driving test because they don't do shoulder check too many times. And the fifth mistake student they're doing, they don't check their mirrors. So make sure always check your mirror whenever you're pressing the brake. So mirror, brake. And the sixth mistake student they're doing, they're not able to control their car properly. Especially those students, they have very less experience in the driving. They're not able to handle their car properly. Sometimes their car is moving left right. So they don't have a very good control on the steering wheel. So make sure before booking your driving test, you need to prepare well. You need to practice. Practice is going to make you perfect. And this seventh mistake student they're doing, they cross the line. Whenever they stop on the stop sign or the give way sign, or from any turning, whenever they're turning left and right, they cross that thick line. So make sure never cross that thick line. Always make your position like you need to stop your car when that thick line, when that any line start to disappear, and make your position very good. Some student when they're turning left and right, they don't make their position good. And the eighth mistake student they're doing, don't stop on the stop sign. Most common mistake student is very easy to stop on the stop sign, but the student they don't know how long they need to stop. They little bit slow down and they little bit pause and they just go. So it's going to be give way. But if you want to follow the stop sign, you must need to complete stop, like your car get freeze, and the easiest estimation is stop for 3 seconds. And the ninth mistake student they're doing, they're driving very slow. They think for passing a driving test, if I will drive my car a little slow than the speed limit, for example, if the speed limit is 50, they drive less than 40, they drive less than 10. So make sure if the road condition is very good, road situation is very good, don't drive too slow. So if you're going to drive too slow, if you will going to drive just 1 or 2 street, that is fine. But if you're going to drive everywhere, they can fail our driving test. 10th mistake student they doing, don't know road law, rule and regulation. So they don't know about the science. So make sure you need to be prepared, you need to study well the road law, rule and regulation. 11th mistake student they doing, whenever they're turning left and right, whenever they're doing 3-point turn or reverse parallel parking, they hit the curb. So make sure when you're driving a car, when you're turning left and right, don't hit the curb. Hitting a curb is immediately termination. And when you're doing 3-point turn and reverse parallel parking, when you're going forward and backward, you can touch the curb but very slow. 12th mistake student they doing, they cross the red light. So make sure very careful about the red light, because student when they go in their driving test, they get overconscious. Make sure don't get overconscious. If you're going to get overconscious, you're not able to see the light, and you can fail your driving test. And the 13th mistake student they doing, they fail their driving test in the 3 maneuvers like 3-point turn, reverse parallel parking and pull over. So they don't know how to do 3-point turn, how to do reverse parallel parking, how to pull over. So make sure you must need to practice well to do 3-point turn and reverse parallel parking. And the 14th mistake student they doing, they do overspeeding. When they go in their driving test, they get overconscious and they don't check their speed limit. Some students, they drive on the exact speed limit. If the speed limit is 60, they're going to drive on 60. If the speed limit is 50, they drive on the exact speed limit 50. Because if you're going to keep your speed limit exact speed, they're going to be very high chance of overspeeding. Make sure always keep your speed limit 5 or 7 less. So if you're going to keep your speed limit 5 or 7 less, if your speed limit will go little up or little down, still you're going to be safe. You must need to control your speed limit within 5 seconds. If your speed will go up and you're not able to control your speed limit within 5 seconds, then they're going to stop your test immediately, and immediately they're going to fail you. And the 15 mistake student they're doing, they fail their driving test in a line changing. Line changing, I seen the very big problem for the student, especially when the examiner they say to them, move to left line please. So they start to do rush, they start to do immediately. In their mind they have something. If the examiner is going to say to them something, they need to do immediately. If they're not going to do immediately, they're going to mark for that. They're not going to mark for that. Whenever anything they say to you, you need to do it when you feel safe. If you don't feel safe, don't do it. Doesn't matter how long it take a 5, it take a 2 minute, 3 minute. Just give your indicator on and just do it when you feel safe. If you don't feel safe, don't do it. And so these are the 15 mistakes students they do in their driving test. You're not going to fail your driving test, and you can pass your driving test in a first attempt. So please guys, if you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel, because I am going to add more value, more tips and tricks